For balancing the cycle, we need practice, and we have to constantly adjust the handlebar and avoid falling.
Balancing the cycle? No, I don't have exact idea of balancing.
Balancing means you just ride on, that's it.
You have to look forward, keep your body straight, and then you need practice.
First of all, keep our cycle in balance. Then keep the handle in position. Then ride out.
Balancing the cycle means maintain the center of gravity of the cycle and our body, center of gravity of our body in a straight line.
As you just saw, some were uncertain and some were absolutely wrong in answering a simple question as to how one maintains the balance on a bicycle. Maintaining the center of gravity, controlling the handlebar were some of the answers. But these won't help the rider maintain the balance when the bicycle is not in motion. In fact, what helps the rider maintain the balance is the motion. This is why it is easy to balance on a bicycle which is in motion and nearly impossible when it stops. Here, it is the motion that is important, not the rider. Even without a rider, a bicycle can maintain balance as long as it is in motion. Why a bicycle? Even a single wheel maintains balance when it is rolling. This is a feature common to all spinning or rotating bodies. In fact, there are two interesting features in all spinning bodies. One is known as the gyroscopic inertia and the other the precision. First, let us explore what the gyroscopic inertia is all about. A spinning top, a simple toy of children. When it is spinning, it maintains an upright position. When its speed decreases, it tumbles. Similar is the case of a rolling coin. It does not fall as long as it is rolling. That is because these bodies are rotating about a particular axis known as axis of rotation. And it is a tendency of a rotating body to keep the direction of the axis of rotation unchanged. This feature is called the gyroscopic inertia. Inertia is the tendency of a body to continue in its state of rest or of uniform motion. To change a given state, an external force is required. Force is required to move, to change the direction, or even to stop. Likewise, gyroscopic inertia is the inertia possessed by a rotating or a spinning body. A force will be required to change its velocity or direction. The direction of its rotation is given by its axis. The direction of the axis remains unaltered in all spinning objects. When the top slows down, it begins to lose its gyroscopic inertia, which was keeping its axis unchanged. Gyroscopic inertia can be demonstrated through a simple experiment. A record hung from a string can be swung back and forth in a smooth, even manner like a pendulum. But if the record is given a spin and then swung, the movement will not be smooth. Like this record, all spinning bodies will resist any force that tries to change its direction of axis of rotation. What prevents it from swinging smoothly is its gyroscopic inertia. It's the same gyroscopic inertia which helps a rider balance a bicycle. The rotating wheel gains gyroscopic inertia, which keeps the wheel steady in the vertical position. It was French physicist Foucault who explained the concept of the gyroscopic inertia in the 19th century. To demonstrate this principle, he devised an instrument and named it the gyroscope. the word gyre means rotation and scope means view. The device consists of a wheel called the rotor, which is mounted on a support system. The support system consists of two circular frames. The frames and the wheel together can rotate in 1, 2, and 3 mutually perpendicular planes. The frames permit the wheel to tilt freely in any direction and rotate about any axis when it is made to rotate. Even if the gyro is tilted or rotated, the wheel will keep pointing in the same direction because of its gyroscopic inertia. When the wheel is static, there is no gyroscopic inertia, and so the wheel cannot maintain its position along the same direction. The magnitude of the inertia is proportional to the weight of the rotor and the distribution of the weight. It also increases with the velocity of rotation. The gyroscopic inertia can serve an important purpose of finding the direction. Instead of the magnetic needle, a gyroscope can be used as a sensitive element of a compass. Such a compass is called a gyrocompass. Sailors have been using gyrocompasses since early 20th century. Today, there are advanced versions of gyrocompasses, but their basic structure is the same. In some versions, the rotor is set floating in a liquid medium through which electricity is supplied. It is rotated at a high speed of about 9,000 rotations per minute. The gyroscopes used in ships have extra mechanisms to make them north-seeking. When the gyro is activated, the rotor will start rotating and its axis will gradually settle in the direction of the true north. In the display unit of the gyro compass, the needle indicates the course of the ship with respect to the true north. A repeater display unit of the gyro compass located in the steering section of the ship helps the crew navigate along the course towards the destination. Unlike an ordinary magnetic compass, a gyro compass is not affected by iron and other magnetic materials. Yet another feature of the gyro compass is that it can be interfaced with other navigational equipment such as the Global Positioning System. The gyro compass makes use of the ability of the gyroscope to maintain its axis in the same direction. But the gyroscope can maintain its axis even when it is tilted. This feature of the gyroscope is used in an instrument known as the artificial horizon, which measures the tilt. The sphere of the instrument is attached to a gyroscope. The blue side of the sphere represents the sky. The black portion indicates the earth. The line separating the two represents the horizon. When the gyro is switched on, this line will remain parallel to the natural horizon. This helps the pilot to make out whether the aircraft is flying tilted or is pitched up or down. So this is all about gyroscopic inertia, a principle that plays an important role in riding a bicycle, in navigating a ship, and in cruising in the skies. In the next part, let us investigate a feature of rotating bodies called the precession.
Welcome back. Today we are going to deal with secondary sources of information. Secondary sources of information are either compiled from or refer to primary sources of information. It deals with the information about primary or original information. It consists of recognized, repackaged knowledge rather than new knowledge in a suitable format for the purpose of easy location by the users. It is more easily and widely available than primary sources. The important secondary sources are union catalog, bibliographies, encyclopedia, indexing and abstracting periodicals, directories, biographical sources, geographical sources, statistical sources, etc. Bibliographies. The word bibliography derived from two Greek words such as biblion means a book and graphein means to write. Thus, the word bibliography means writing of books which later on changed to writing about books. The term bibliography was first used by Louis Jacob de Saint Charles. According to S.R. Ranganathan, it is a list of documents listed together for some purpose. The purpose is to bring to the attention of the reader an exhaustive and selective list of documents relevant to his pursuit of study or inquiry. It is a well-organized list of written information sources on subjects and gives direction to primary or other sources relating to some given subject or person. It is a list of bibliographical references to materials. It's a comprehensive list of reference materials on subjects, all material by author or material published during a specific period of time or in a particular language or in a specific geographical area. It may be lists of books, periodicals, documents and audiovisual materials, or it may be restricted to only one or two types of materials. It gives bibliographic descriptions of material like author, joint author, title, edition, publisher, date, price, etc. It may be comprehensive and annotated. It is usually arranged alphabetically by author, title, subject or a combination of both, chronological by date of publication and format of the material, such as books in one section, periodicals in another, and non-print materials in another. Bibliography differs from catalog and indexes because both catalog and indexes serve as sources for the compilation of bibliographies, and bibliography provide single access point to information. Function and its use. A bibliography acts as a key to the mass of literature that exists. It is the direct consequence of enormous growth in published literature. It helps the user in locating items of interest to user and their field of study. Following are the functions and use of bibliography. 1. It is a systematic guide to the literature of the subjects. Second one, it helps to ascertain detailed information about documents, and it gives details like name of the author or authors, collaborators, compilers, edition, name of publisher, year, language, etc. Third, it helps the user to know about literary achievements. Fourth, it promotes application of existing knowledge and promotes the creation of new knowledge. Fifth, It helps user to locate and identify required information sources in fast manner. It acts as a book selection tool for the library. Seventh, it serves as device for bibliographic control of literary output of nation. The result of analysis in a standard form. Textual bibliography is to determine the effect of writing or the printing process on the correctness of the text. Historical. It is mainly concerned with the historical methods of making books, that it covers the history of writing, printing, illumination and binding. Let us move on to discuss the types of bibliographies. Bibliographies are regarded as the most important information tool in the library and documentation center because it allows free flow of bibliographic information on published literature. Discussing about the types of bibliographies, it is available in various forms. It may be universal, trade, national or subject. Universal bibliography. It is a list of all published materials of all subjects in all languages in all countries of the world at all times without restricting them. It includes everything that is published, issued or processed in the field of knowledge from the beginning to the future. The preparation of this type of bibliography is almost impossible due to the tremendous growth of knowledge and literature. Language is one of the constraints. Compilation and arrangement of entries in the bibliography is another barrier. For example, Library of Congress Catalogue of Books, British Museum, General Catalogue of Printed Books, Bibliotheca Universal and Cumulative Book Index. Library of Congress Catalogue of Books. It is a cumulative list of books represented by Library of Congress printed cards. It is continued by quarterly and annual cumulations. Subject headings are taken from Library of Congress subject heading list. It provides Library of Congress class number and Dewey Decimal number. British Museum General Catalogue of Printed Books. It is published by trustees of British Museum, London. It is one of the most precious records of human knowledge. Cumulative Book Index. It is a list of books published in English language and published by the H.W. Wilson Company. It was first published as a supplement to the United States Catalogue. A less frequently updated publication began in 1898. The last volume was published in 1999. National bibliographies. It is a list of books, periodicals, dissertations, theses, or other printed material produced in the country. It records the intellectual input of nations. These are an authoritative source for informing about the documents produced in a country. It is a useful guide for bibliographic control of documents of a nation and acts as guides to the book trade. It serves cultural, economic and social purpose. It can be used to search current as well as retrospective information. It is an authoritative source for information about the documents published in a nation. Ranganathan recognizes the following categories of national bibliography. First one, list of all books published in a country. Second one, list of all books on a country. Third, list of all the books published by citizens of a country. Fourth, list of all books published on all citizens of the country. And fifth, any one combination of the above. Example, Indian National Bibliography, British National Bibliography. Indian National Bibliography, INB. It is published by Central Reference Library in 1957. It is sponsored by the Department of Culture, Government. Maps certain